Now that we have a better idea of how to distinguish between two independent samples and a matched pair situation, let's revisit this Walmart and Target example. So to answer the question about the health and beauty supplies, a student randomly selected 10 identical products at each store and recorded the price. Create a 90% confidence interval to determine if there is a price difference between Walmart and Target for health and beauty supplies. So the order of subtraction we're given is Walmart minus Target. And so let's take a look at our data set. So we have a list of products that both stores carry. We have prices for Walmart, prices for Target. And then over here in this gold column is the differences. So I subtracted Walmart minus Target. So you can see some of them are 0. You can see the ones in parentheses are negative. And then the other ones are positive. So we kind of have a variety of different values here. And then just for the differences column, I found its mean and its standard deviation. So that's all I'm working off of is that differences column. All right, so our P in panic, we have a 90% CI for the mean difference in prices of health items at Walmart versus Target. So remember in the two sample T, we had the word mean is used twice. We don't use the word mean twice here, even though we have 2 columns of data, because we're only interested in that differences column. So here we're going to talk about the mean difference in both our setup and in our conclusion statement. So our assumptions and conditions, we're working again only off of that differences column. So I did the normal probability plot just for that gold differences column, and that actually looks pretty okay. It's a little bumpy, but not too bad. So they did tell us that we had a random sample, so I checked that off and put stated. Our differences are normal, and then the standard deviation you're looking for is the one from the differences column. So that is going to be 0.3 or 30 cents. Because we have this paired data, we have a paired t-interval that we're making. And when I calculated this, and I'll show you in just a little bit how to get those calculations, I got somewhere between negative 29 cents and 5 cents, okay, is the difference in the price for these items. And so my conclusion statement is we are 90% confident that the true mean difference in prices between health and beauty items at Walmart and Target is somewhere between negative 29 cents and positive 5 cents. And then I usually include the order of subtraction at the end of the statement in parentheses just to help the person who's reading it understand what's going on. So I have Walmart minus Target was our order. Okay, and then I want to take a closer look at this. So we did all this work and we got this interval, but what does it actually mean that the price difference is between negative 29 cents and positive 5 cents? Okay, so one thing to notice about this particular interval is that the number 0 is in the interval. So if the number 0 is in the interval, that means that the two products could have cost the same amount. In other words, there's not really a difference in the prices between Walmart and Target if 0 is in that interval. Okay, let's consider a different outcome. So this one had a negative and a positive value to the endpoints of the interval. But what if our interval had been entirely negative values? So suppose it had been negative 78 cents to negative 15 cents. So our entire interval is below 0. Which company has the cheaper products on average in that case? So in that case, in order to get a negative number, I would need Walmart to have cheaper prices. So if Walmart's cheaper and I subtract off the more expensive Target prices, I'm going to end up with something negative. Okay, and then vice versa, what if our interval had been entirely positive values? So suppose it had been positive 31 cents to positive 93 cents. Okay, so one of the companies then has cheaper products on average, and that's going to mean that Target is cheaper. So if Walmart's more expensive and we're subtracting off smaller Target prices, we'll end up with positive values, okay, which is what this interval represents. So if 0 is in your interval, it means that it's possible that there's no change at all. If your interval is entirely negative values or it's entirely positive values, then you know that one of the products or one of the factors that you're testing works better than the other one.